Okay, next look. Uh, hmm, hmm. So stack, whatever I am saying about the stack. So one end is closed, and whenever you are entering one by one data, so this is called the push operations. Then the top indicator will be increased one by one. Okay, and whenever you will pop it, so from the topmost element, that is from the stack, the topmost element will be deleted. So this is the basic operations, and sometimes that is another operation is the display. That is whatever the elements currently present within this stack, so it can be displayed. Okay, so these are the three operations mainly: push, pop, and the display. So I have tried to write this, so you can see how I will write. So class stack, first of all, we have created a class with uh, two variables, two instant variable. One is the top. So top is used for indicating that how much element is there. So before of this started, the top value will be -1. Is it using this array? So that's why I have created an constructor where within this we have initialized it by minus top equal to -1. Clear? And whether we have taken that stack in an array, and here you have to declare the array in this way, that int stack equal to new int 20, that maximum of 20 elements it can be stored. Okay, and next the push operations, the private void push int x top plus plus stack of top equal to x. Whatever you have written in a data structure, that top will be incremented first, then at that position of stack you enter the new data. That is whatever you are getting as an argument, you can put it. Okay, clear? I have not put it the restriction that whether this is a lower limit or upper limit. I have not checked it. So whenever you will write, you can check it that whether this is the fulfilled already, the maximum number have already reached, so you cannot enter it anymore, is it? Or the lower bound, that is if there is no element is present and you are trying to delete, so obviously you have to check it before pop operation. So whenever you are writing the pop method, these are all the methods. So you can see I have every time I am showing you this one, as because whenever you are writing class, these are the elements, and you have to make proper understand whenever you have to write a class, that which will be the instance variable, what will be the constructor, it how require according to a requirement, the methods. Yeah. So this is the pop method where there is not required any argument. Here we have taken in variable int k. This is the local variable. Obviously, you can understand local variable which will hold the topmost element. So stack top. Okay. Then we are decrementing it top minus minus and returning the k. That's because we have to display that which element is currently popped. Okay. So this is the return k. And another operations is there, private void display. So every time I have put it private, private, private. So I will discuss it later, that why I have put it this one or what is the functionality of this. Okay. Next is the void display. Display method is to what? So what are the contents are there currently in the stack? So you have to display it. So we have put it for int equal I equal to top. So from the topmost element to the 0 position of the array. So one by one you can display it using this. Okay. So from this program you can learn that how we have to means take the array. So this one. So I am not covering it separately. So you can learn it from there. So any type of variable you can take it, and in this way you can take it the array. And here you are displaying the elements within the stack. Next is the public static void main string arguments. Here also I have put it one another thing, throws exception. So whenever we cover the exception chapter, then it will be clear that why we have put it this one, or what is the functionality of these throws. Okay, next, here is the menu, just like a menu, and buffer reader, we are equal to new buffer reader. This is the whole string you have to write whenever you are taking any values from the user, or you can put it another way also. If you use the scanner class in this way, scanner sc equal to new scanner within this system.in. system.in. Okay, in this way also you can take the values. So whenever you are using the buffer reader BR, so this is actually from this you can see this. Hello, are you looking? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
if you look carefully that whenever we have written the buffer reader, na, so B is in capital, again R is in uppercase. Okay, buffered reader. So this type of writing is called the camel casing. Is it? Can you remember? This is the camel casing. So this is actually a class. In the Java, all are based on the class and object. And for taking any values from the user or command window, so this buffer reader is a class and we are creating the object. Like whenever we have created object, you can see. Suppose where I have created any stack s1. I have created the object stack s1 equal to new stack. Is it? So this is the s1 is the object of this class. Whatever we have written stack. So similarly, buffer reader br is an object of this buffer reader class, and new buffer reader up to this is clear, I think. And it will take the arguments like whatever whenever we have written some of the constructor and we are passing some of the arguments. Is it in the yesterday, if you remember that whenever we have created the object, we have passed some of the values as an argument. So here also this buffer reader will take the argument as new
Yes, sir.
input stream reader system.in. Is it? And here input stream reader is also another class, and it will again take the system.h. So this whole line will be used. This is the system input, that is from the system input it will be taken as an argument to create the object of input stream reader, and which input stream reader will be used as an argument for the buffer reader. Okay, is it
Okay.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And apart from this, if you are don't want to use the long line, so you can use the SC object also. This one scanner class. Okay. So scanner class you can put it, and for this one you have to import. So whenever you are using the buffer reader class, this class is situated actually within this java.io package. So this is the package whenever you have required some of the class, you have to import it. Only java.lang packages are imported by default. Other packages, if you require, then you have to import it, like header file. Like whenever you have written any program in C, then you have written the header files according to your requirement. So similarly here you have to import the class files or the whole packages. Star means the all the class resided within this IO package, or package means basically a folder. So all the classes will become. And if you specifically only one class or two classes required, you can mention that also separately, so that all the classes, suppose 10 or 15 classes are there and you don't require, you only require one or two, so then you can directly you can write that. Okay, and for this scanner class, import java.lang lang.scanner lang.scanner ही तो होता है java dot না java dot কি স্ক্যানার ক্লাসটা কোথায় আছে java dot দাঁড়াও দেখে নিই java dot আপনার java dot util java dot util dot scanner হবে util dot scanner sc a n n স্ক্যানার কোথায় স্ক্যানার দেখতে পাচ্ছি স্ক্যানার
Sir, we can use a star,
yes
sir. Great.
yes yes this is the java dot import java dot util dot scanner. What you are saying?
Sir, we can also use a star.
Yes, util.star you can use also. Java.util.star. But the thing is that whenever you are using the star, so all the class within this util package, all the classes will be loaded in the memory. Okay, but still you are not required. Na? So only one or two classes is required. So it is better that if you know exactly that which class is using, so then it is better to mention that particular class. Is it?
Okay.
And
Okay.
whenever you are using the scanner class, you have to write this import java.util.scanner, and accordingly you have created the object here. So scanner AC, so you can use that one also apart from this OP integer dot person br dot read line. This one is used br dot read line. So br is an object of the buffer reader class, and read line is the method of this br object, the class. Okay, so apart from this, okay, first of all, you check it. Okay, so here we'll show you later this one. Okay, sorry, scanner, I'll show you later. Here we have created the menu that one for push operation, two for pop, three for display, and four for exit. So simple. And you are taking the values OP equal to integer dot parse and br dot readline. So first of all, br dot readline. What is this? The br is an object of the buffer reader class. Okay, and readline is a method which will read the text whatever you have input from the console. That's it. Or the command window, whatever. This will take the values. But the thing is that whenever you are giving any input, it will be normally treated as a string. Is it? It will be treated as a string. So whenever you are very clear that you are putting any integer values or you are asking any integer values, so that you have to convert it to the actual integer. So integer dot percent is and another way, another method, that integer is actually the wrapper class. Today I will discuss about the wrapper class. And integer dot percent, every primitive data type has its own class. This is called the wrapper class, and percent is a method which will convert, which will pass it to integer value, right? But still, this will convert it to integer means not that whenever you are asking to input any values, you are put some text, it will convert it to an integer, not like that. When you have to put some integer value and it will convert it to the actual integer one. Okay, so is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next, whenever you are taking the integer, this will be used for switch and case. So this is clear. I think that switch case all of you know. And in each case, this is the probably one for the push operation. So enter the value to be pushed. And whenever you are taking the integer value, again you can use the integer dot passing br dot read line. And every time the br object will be used. Not like that you have to every time you have to create the br object. So this object will be used for later also, and then you are taking the values p from the user, then you put it s1 dot push p. Now thing is that if you are taking any string value or other thing, then this will be not required. You simply write br dot read line, is it? So then it will integer dot percent will not required, as because this functionality is only required whenever you are trying to convert it to integer. Similarly, if you want to take any double type value, then you can write the double dot pass double. If you take the float, then float dot pass float. In this way, you can convert it. Okay. Similarly, this another is the s1 dot pop, and pop method you have probably seen that pop method is returning some values, integer values. So you have to hold it. Whenever some of the method is returning, you have to hold it within a same data type variable. So here we have taken the m, and this will be displayed. The pop element is m, and the display method normally don't throw any return values. And the last one is the end of program. Okay. Clear. So this program I have already discussed. Now check the output. You can write also, and whenever you will write, you just put some restriction in the push operation, that whether you have already reached in the top maximum limit or not. Okay. And similarly for the pop, you have to put some of the restriction, that whether there is no element. Okay. Then run it. Okay. Here is the operation. So I am putting 1. So this is the console for give some input. So if you are using any normal command window, then also this will be you can do. And this is the editor GL. So if you are interested, then you can use this also. or Eclipse you can use, any editor you can use. So anybody using the command window?
No, sir. That is very boring.
Very boring. So Eclipse you are using.
Yes, sir. I had
Eclipse or anything else? NetBeans.
Eclipse.
NetBeans also you can use, but NetBeans I think the very large software.
Sir,
It will slow you down. What?
Eclipse. I had it. Use some Eclipse.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. So whenever there is one, so the value to be pushed, I'm entering the 10. Next another 20, 30. So in this way, I have already put three values. Now display. So here you can see the output that 10, 20 and 30. Okay, so this is like a stack. So one by one it will be incremented. And if you put the, sorry, if you put the second two, it will be popped, and this popped element is 30. So topmost element will be deleted, and you can see the rest of the values, that is 10 and 20 is remaining. Okay, similarly you can put again 1, 40. So now 3. So in this way you can see the output. So this is very basic functionality, but as I have not done the restriction, so whenever you delete it rapidly, so last time it will encounter an exception. Okay, as because there is no element and you are trying to delete from the array, is it? So in this position you can put some restriction. So I have not done that. According to your requirement you will do this. Okay, so this is your home assignment. You do the stack, this offers this stack with the these two functionalities. Hmm. And what? Okay. Uh, and another operation you can do, that is the queue operation. Okay, so like the stack, you try to write the class of queue where same things will be there: insert, delete and display. Okay, clear? So this is your home assignment, you try to write. Okay, and if anybody want to share your program, then you can share it. Okay, so I can see. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why you are not talking? Anybody is not talking?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Next, we will do some other things. Wait. Okay. The other thing is that like the previous day, you have learned the instance initializer block. Is it? Instance initializer block. Can you remember instance initializer block?
Yes, sir.
Instance initializer block. I have already write that one. Instance initializer block. That is to initialize the common variables that which will be shared among the other constructor that will be used in this instance initializer block, and that will be executed first. Is it? Similarly, another type of, can you see the window?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Wait.
No, sir.
Wait.
No, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like the instance initializer block, in the previous day I have shown you that this one, this college, this was the variable of this college name, that is the college name, and which will be shared among the other constructor. Like a student, we have written this one student with no parameters. Here there is a 3 parameters and here are 2 parameters. So all the constructor will here will use these variables. Okay, so this is the instance initializer block, and you can see that whenever I give the output, that this will be shown first. That is, before of the other constructor, this block will be executed first. Okay. Similarly, another type of block is there. This is called the static initializer block, that will be used to initialize the static variables. That if there is a static variable that will be that is initialized before starting to another constructor. It may be that within any constructor the values it may be different. So better I think that whenever you are using the static block, static, আরে কি হচ্ছে কেটে যাচ্ছে কেন? Static. So in this way, we can put the static initializer block, only static, and then opening and closing braces. And within this, you can put the values of this static value, that is k here. So k equal to suppose 100. Okay, and not required here. From this, I am eliminating this one. You can put it, but this is the another way, that is from one particular position the static values will be taken. Mm, okay, and run it. So k, here is the k, so it will be used, it will be shared. And okay, before of that I am putting some of the output. If I put, I am using static initializer block, static initializer block. This I am within static initializer block, so this one will be the first. Then I am within the instance initializer block. Then it will show I am within a constructor 1, I am within constructor 2. Right. So can you see that which one will be executed first? Now if there is any static block, then the static initializer block will be executed first. Not like that I have written this one first so that it will showing first. Not like that. Static initializer block you can put it in anywhere, but it will be executed first. Then the instance initializer block will be executed, and then the according to your object you have called, that this constructor will be called. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Um, okay. Wait. Before going for the wrapper class, uh, I want to discuss you something about the public static void main. Probably you have all, if you have gone through any books, you will find it that why we have written the public static void main. Is it? Is it? Hello. So public means, you know that public means all can access. So if I don't do it public, so obviously this is the main entry point of any class of any program. So we cannot enter it. You know. Okay. Void means there is no return type, as because this is the end. So where it will return back. So this is the hello. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you saying something? From the noise is coming. So can you continue?
Yes, sir. You can
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What?
Sir, continue, sir.
Okay. 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 So first of all, that why the public? Public means that if we put it in a private or other specifier, then obviously you cannot access it. So apart from this public, you cannot access the main method. But still, main is the main entry point, and you have to enter it to do the other operations. So this is the first method where you have to enter. Otherwise, you cannot you cannot execute the other part of this program. So that's why this has to make it as a public. The void is what? No, this is the one class, the one method that where you have to enter and where you have to finish. So if we take it as a int or something, then you have to return it back. Okay, but where it will return. So that's why this has put it as a void. Okay, this will string arguments means it will take some command line argument whenever you are trying to execute in the command line, that at the time of executing you are providing some of the arguments, and depending on that argument it will display some of the message or the values, so or do something using these parameters. So that time it will take as an argument. Okay, so that's why this is a string, and if you require that you have to do some addition using two values, then you have to convert it to the integer, like that whatever you have seen previously, that integer dot parsed int or double dot parsed double. So using that one, this is the array. In that place, any variable name you can put it, not like that every time you have to put args, like what you have seen in your books, written args, like so any variable you can put it, but you can remember that this variable whatever you have provided here, this cannot be used in this or in the other way, that is any other place you cannot use the same variable, is it? You know already. But the thing is the static. That why the static we have put it here, is it? So that is the main concept, that static means that whenever you are using any static method, you don't require to create any object and you can call the method. Repeating it. So static means what? Static means that any static method, if there is any static method, you have not to create any object of that class. Before creating any object of that class, you can directly call the main method. Okay. Now thing is that if we don't put the static, what will happen? Now if we don't put the static method or the static specifier, suppose we are not doing this static. So what? So whenever you have to call the main method, you have to create the object of the demo 2 and then you have to call the main. Okay. But can you say that where we will create the object? If we don't enter the within the main, then where we create the object of demo and then we call the main method. So that will be a problem. So that's why one scope has been given for the main, that if you put the static keyword, so that you have not to create the object and you can directly call the main method. Okay, clear? Is it clear why we are putting the static?
Yes, sir.
Also, this is a very common question, and I think you can also get it, that why the public static environment. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Next, we are going for the wrapper class. Okay. So wrapper class means that every primitive data type. What are the different data types? Primitive data types are there. 8. Is it? What are those?
Char,
Bolo. Care.
float, double,
Integer, double, float.
Before
int,
float.
and int, float, double, int.
You can remember this that in this way, that be careful. BR should not ingest large furry down. In this way, so each word will be hold for in one primitive data types. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Boolean char, byte, short, int, long, float, double. Be careful. BR should not mean short and int. Short, ingest, int, large, long, furry, float, dog, double. So in this way you can remember it. Okay, so I think any standard book you can, if you follow, then you will get it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next, another things I will, before going for the another chapter, I will want to do something more. This is called the coupling. Wait. বুঝতে পারছি না তো। হুম। টাইপ কাস্টিং। আচ্ছা। How can we share this one? Okay, I am saying you just listen. Otherwise, no way. Mm. Um, Typecasting, the typecasting means what? To convert it to one type to another type. Is it? The process of
Yes.
converting one data type to another data type is called the casting. Okay. Now, thing is that, hello, hello,
सर वीडियो नहीं आ रहा है
video.
सर वीडियो नहीं आ रहा सर वीडियो दिखा नहीं रहे
No, video I have stopped it as because otherwise it will be a slowdown. Okay.
ओके सर
Hmm. You want to see?
यस सर यस सर
Okay. Can you see?
यस सर
Okay. But probably it will slow down. So that's why I have stopped it. Okay. You just listen. Okay. Okay. So the process of converting one data type to another data type. Now, thing is that here, whenever you are trying to convert a lower data type to a upper larger data type, a smaller data type. Suppose you are converting int to double. Okay.
यस
So
सर
variable type of variable means what? That is you can assume that is a cup which will hold some of the content, which holds some content. Now, if you want to convert it, suppose 1 cup of tea, if you want to pour it into a large larger any container, so what will happen? So it will not any problem, so easily you can do that. But the opposite, if you want to do that, suppose a jug of water is there and you are trying to pour it within a cup, so what will happen? So normally you can assume that it may be that the container holding the water is very less and it can easily pour it into the cup, but still normally what we assume that if we want to put all the content within a jar and to a particular small cup, then obviously the maximum element or maximum water will be in lost, is it?
यस सर
So here also the JVM will assume that if you want to convert it to a smaller data type, then the data loss will be happened or the data loss will be occurred. So it will make you alert or it cannot be done directly. That it will be it will throw some error. Okay, but still it can be done. It can be done, but by force, if you want to know, I know very well that the content is very less and it will easily can pour it within a cup, so you can do that. Okay, so there are two processes. So one process, whenever you are converting it to integer to byte, okay, that is narrowing. Okay,
यस
then it is called the narrowing, and another term is there. This is called the widening. Okay, okay, I'm okay. Actually, there is no notes. So, will you want to take some notes?
यस सर यस सर
Okay. Yes, sir. So you write very small notes, not very large notes. I will give you. So you write the process of assigning a smaller type. The process of assigning a smaller type to a large one The process of assigning a smaller type to a large one is known as the widening or the promotion. Widening or the promotion.
So can you repeat it, sir?
Okay. The process of assigning a smaller type to a large one,
The process of
assigning a
assigning
smaller type
a smaller type
to a large one
to a large one
is known as the widening
is known as the widening.
widening or promotion. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
on the other way, whenever you are assigning the larger type to a smaller one is known as the narrowing. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Hmm. And this one you can write, and last you write
Yes, sir.
that wider cast or the widening is safer. Widening is safer, and JVM will handle them implicitly. Widening
Sir,
is
repeat,
safer.
sir. Sir, repeat, sir.
Widening is safer. Safe. That is safe from safer. Widening is safer, and
Widening is
safer, and JVM will handle them implicitly.
sorry,
JVM
JVM
will handle them implicitly.
will implicitly.
Okay. Mhm. Hmm. 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 And narrowing, for the narrowing, you write
Yes, sir.
narrowing
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 requires
requires explicit typecasting,
explicit typecasting
and may result
and may result
in loss of information
in
in loss of information loss of information. and,
yes, sir.
and in this time we will encounter class cast exception. We just write that this one class cast exception. I am writing in the editor so that you can write it. What is the message? Message.
So there's one question, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, what is the practical application of typecasting?
Whenever you are suppose you are doing some of the mathematical operations, okay, and
Yes, sir.
if it is you are getting some of the other data type and you have to convert it, many times it will be required,
Yes, sir.
many times it will be required, so then you have to convert it to one data type to another data type. Right? Suppose
Yes, sir.
you are normally using the integer value you are calculating, but suppose uh, whenever you are finding the area of the circle, that's it. So you are taking the area as an integer, but as there is a pi is double, so ultimately the result will be converted to the double. So is it? So it will be done automatically. There will be no problem. Okay.
Yes.
This is doing the widening. Okay.
Sir, in typecasting, can we change the data type, sir?
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, in typecasting, can we change the data types? Sir, means
Yeah.
if I declare a variable in integer and if I want to change it to character data type.
No, actually, character data type you cannot change. Then it will be showing you the different things. It can be same ASCII values. Okay. Suppose you are writing any character, and if you convert it to the integer, na, it will show you the ASCII value of that.
ASCII.
ASCII value.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So you can remember even probably you have done it in C. Is it? Hmm. Okay, and one thing you write within this, whatever you are writing, the one exception you may encounter if you do the narrowing, then this is called the class cast exception. So you can write
Class
exception.
exception.
Exception. Can you see class cast exception?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So which books are you following?
Sir, we are following the PDF which you sent
Reference.
us via
Okay.
mail. We are
Okay.
following that.
Okay. Books are not available to you, no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Only
Currently, it
PDF.
isn't available to us.
Okay. So
In the lockdown, we can't even go to the shops to buy it.
okay. Okay. So any standard book you follow, you will get, I think, all these things. And
So we are following the PDF which you sent us via mail now. We are only
I
following
have
that.
already sent it. That is also good, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Another thing I want to show you. Okay. Wait. Searching is playlist. Yeah. No. Hmm. Okay. Another thing is there. I'll end it after completing this one, and next day we'll go for the inheritance. Okay. So if you get time, then you do the programs on and the basics of the inheritance. If you get time, otherwise I will tell all these things. Okay. So the last thing
Yes, sir.
we'll cover it. Acha, this is called the object composition. Is it? Object composition, or this is basically has a relationship. There are two type of relationship is there. This is one is the is a relationship, and another one is the has a relationship. So
As a relationship. Yes, sir.
has a relationship means if you ask some question has a this, then if you get the answer yes, that suppose in my copies it is written that Maruti has an engine. So if it is get the answer yes, then obviously the engine will be in the Maruti. So engine is a part of this Maruti. Okay, so then you can use that engine if it is written in anywhere, then you can use it. Suppose another thing, another example I can give you that if you write the employee details and employee details within this employee details there is a name address all these things, so if the address is written in another class and if you ask the question so address sorry, employee has an address, and if you get that yes, so obviously there is a address is a part of that, and you can use that class in the employee class. Okay, are you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
I am writing, so it will be clear. Suppose EMP, আচ্ছা এমপ্লয়ি একটা আছে, একটা আচ্ছা ফার্স্টে অ্যাড্রেস অ্যাড্রেস ওকে okay, can you see now? See the editor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So class address, and within this I am putting a string city, and another is suppose int p. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It can be extended, no problem, but for the timing I am writing this one. Okay. So, and here I am putting one constructor. So constructor means you have to use the method name like this, or here you can take it as an argument. So here I am writing string city and int p. You can assign that city equal to city and p equal to p. Okay, clear? So you can compile it. Okay. Next we are using we are creating another class.
Yes, sir.
Where I am putting EMP. So EMP. Okay. So here we are putting the name, first of all ID, EID or employee ID,
Yes, sir.
team name, and the object of this address class will be used here. So address, sorry, address ADDR. Okay. So this is basically what? This is basically not the primitive data type. This is a class, and we are using the object of that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay. Now we can put some of the constructor of this employee class. So employee, and which will take the arguments of this. So int ID, int name. Okay, and for this
Yes, sir.
address we can put the type
And
address ad. Okay,
yes,
and
sir.
we can initialize it. Okay, so here we will write that EID, employee ID equal to ID, and name equal to NM, and this AD equal to, sorry, ADDR equal to AD. Okay, and whenever you are displaying, so you can write void display. Okay, void display. ID equal to EID, name, and city equal to, so city was in the this one, within this address. Okay, so you can put it city equal to address dot city. So address, this means ADDR. Okay, ADDR dot city, and another is addr dot pin. Okay. Now public static void main. So public static void main. We are creating the object. So first of all, you can initialize the address. So you are creating the address 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 a1 equal to new, new address with two values. One is the city. So city Kolkata, and one is the pin. It's like this. So this one, and whenever you are creating the object of employee, then EID name and address. So you can put it employee E1 equal to new employee with ID, suppose 101, name, any name, right, Aditya, DITY, Aditya, and the A1. This is the, or A, this is the address, whatever we are passing the object. Okay, and then we are calling e1 dot display. Cannot access address. File does not contain class address. Oh, acha. Okay. Java. Okay, so we can put it. Sure. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So probably this কোথায় গেল? Cannot do it converted to string. It is string. Huh. Okay, so now get the output. So can you see? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here you can see that whenever we have created the employee and we have used the address. Previously, actually, the name was different. So we have created the object of. We have taken the variable as an object. Okay. So this is called the what? This is called the object composition. Okay. So probably these are the common things you have done. This was the constructor. We are taking an variable, an object. Ad is the object of address class. That's why I'm taking it as a address ad. Okay, and in the public static void main, you can see that whenever first address, we have created an object of the address class a1, which will initialized by the Kolkata KOL and some of the pin number. and this object will be used whenever you are creating the employee of U1. Okay, so whenever you are creating the object of employee, then you can send the 101 and Aditya, which is the actual variable of this class, and A1, which is the object of the address class. So in this way, you can reduce the codes. Okay, this is one way of reusability of the codes. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And one thing here also you can